Hey, welcome back. I just got a knife back here from service. Freaking thrilled, absolutely thrilled to get this in hand right now. This is my Hansen Knives Onyx, the one that I traveled all the way to Indianapolis, Indiana for the Makers Syndicate to sit in line overnight and secure. And it's just back from nice. Our friend Scott Hansen from Hansen Knives. Thank you, Scott, for the treats. Love it. Exactly what I needed. Get me through my work day after I'm done with this. That's good. And Scott was generous enough to spend a little bit of time on the thumb hole because my wimpy little thumb thought it was a little too sharp. And my wimpy little fingernail was getting a little bit of chipping when I would reverse flick it. And so he spent a little bit of time sanding this off in here for me. I reached out to him and said, Scott, how would you do this if I was going to work on this? I do not want to work on your knife, but how should I do it? And he said, do not do that. Send me the knife and I'll do it for you. And I really appreciate him for that because I did not want to modify one of my favorite knives in my collection. Top one, top two in my collection here. The Hansen Knives Onyx, but man, it just had that little bit of, it just was a little sharp in the thumb hole. And yeah, it's nicely, it's not like a full chamfer, but it's just enough that he's taken some of the sharpness off the edge here. And it feels nice and smooth now. Much more like I've seen from other makers. I think of, for instance, the Oz Roosevelt and the SPK knives. Although he's had quite a few of these that were pretty sharp as well. But this particular SPK Lamia V3 that was like stone washed down is like quite nice on the thumb there. And so now I just immediately can tell you that this feels just as good as either of those. And I no longer see fingernails shooting out all over the table on the video when I'm showing you the reverse flick. So that makes me very, very happy. This just went from being number one, number two, along with one of my favorite Oz Roosevelts. Also actually from that same Makers Syndicate 2023 show, to be number one. So sorry, Roosevelt, you've just been downgraded to number two. Now this isn't necessarily my favorite knife to carry. This is like my go-to for the carry. I actually still prefer this, just something I don't have to worry about as much, frankly. That's the main reason. But this was kind of my favorite in terms of my two nicest knives in my collection. Best all around, if you take into consideration the aesthetics, the coolness, the rarity. These two were the just the cream of the crop in the collection. I'd say most, just given the rarity of it, most people would say that the Onyx is probably the one because he makes so few of them. I mean, there's probably only dozens out there. I think there's less than 100 of these ever made, if I had to guess, but I don't know for sure. But probably somewhere in the realm of 50 or so that have been made. And so with that one little adjustment, it's, yeah, that's now my special thing. No reason to ever sell this knife, but that's just one more reason to enjoy it a little more for me personally. Gosh, that's just a beautiful knife. It's got that beautiful hand rubbed blade on there. You get the Zircotai or Damascus, whatever, Zircotai on the pocket clip in the back spacer. Beautiful, beautiful. There are a lot of great knife review channels. I haven't seen one of these on any of the top channels, like a Skeleton, I don't think, at least, keep me honest. Maybe he has done one. Metal Complex. I don't think I've seen the Onyx on any of those. So it's too bad that there's just so few of these out there that even they're just not that well known or understood. But man, that is just a really nice knife, and one that I really love having in the collection. So the idea here of this video was to, really just highlight, I do once in a while a video that's about great service, but just highlighting the service that Scott provided there and getting that done on his time, and just kind of saying, hey, like, I got pretty callous thumbs, didn't notice it, and glad to do it. Send it in and I'll take care of it. So you'll love to see that. It's really a fantastic show of effort, and not all makers will do that kind of thing. So yeah, you really appreciate it when they do, and it stands out, and it's worth mentioning and doing a video about. So Scott, if you end up watching this, thank you for taking care of that. And yeah, it feels great. Really appreciate the adjustment there. And he didn't like go crazy. I don't have like a huge chamfer on here or anything like that, but yeah, just that little bit is really just a noticeable difference in terms of how much I'm seeing like the fingernails shooting off and that kind of stuff. So very cool. All right, that's all for now. If you enjoyed, please feel free to like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care.